Boy, what can I say that hasn't been said already? What's good, everybody? It's KDW Gaming here, coming with a more different kind of video. If you don't know already, I am a die-hard Sonic fan, and I have been since I was a little niglet. My first Sonic game actually was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So, you already know, when the news came out about Sonic Mania and Sonic and the project Sonic 2017, I was extremely hyped about this. This was some great news. We haven't gotten a good Sonic game since like Sonic Lost World, to be honest. Like, obviously fuck Sonic Boom. But the news I'm coming at you isn't news about those two games. Well, it kind of is, but at the same time it isn't, because unfortunately for us, there's some ignorant assholes that kind of think that the game sucked. It's not even just a game. They really think the whole series as a whole sucks. Like, it was never good in the first damn place. That honor goes to IGN. Oh boy, I can't even begin to comprehend on how bad they are. They completely bashed Sonic. Not saying that that both Sonic Mania and Sonic this project Sonic 2017 is gonna be they're gonna be bad games, but they literally said that the only good games in the series is Sonic Mania that hasn't even came out yet, and Sonic CD. They're pretty much saying that Sonic 1 was garbage, Sonic 2 and 3 were good, but not good enough to apparently impress them. They're pretty much saying that the series was always bad, and that the fan base only care about fucking Big the Cat and a whole bunch of other Sonic characters, which I think is completely retarded, in my opinion, that you would even say something that blatantly disrespectful to a fan base. Like, I get it, there are some people that call a lot of cringeworthy shit in the fan base, but that's with every fan base, not just with the Sonic fan base entirely. Especially when the fan base consists of little kids in that regard. That you would say something that ignorant and completely disrespectful to a whole bunch of little kids, teenagers, and adults that have had these games in their childhood since like forever. I'm just saying. So the fact that they say that the whole series was never good, and they say that that's all people care about is fucking Big the Cat and a whole bunch of other shit. So pretty much that's about petty, ignorant, cringeworthy is all hell that they had in order to say that shit in the first damn place. And the part that makes it more fucked up is they say that it was 25 years of lies. Really? The only people that are lying is y'all, because for one, y'all literally saying that the series was never good from the start, but yet you give the games that you gave good reviews to. You get, like, if the games were never good, why the hell would you give good reviews on them? And I even looked up all the reviews they did. Well, I'm naming most of the reviews they did, and I'm naming the modern Sonic games, because you already know they start just like most of them, they start riding the bandwagon of hating on Sonic games when the modern games came into full effect and stuff, because they're riding the bandwagon at the end of the day. Like, for real, they're being complete butt munches just because the games started getting bad when 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog came around. But that's about it. Like, for real, like, you can't really just hate on the series just because a couple of bad eggs. And that's pretty much what they're going at with this whole hating Sonic agenda. And like, I've always known that they hated Sonic. Me and a whole bunch of people online have always known they hated Sonic. And speaking of which, I also like to give a shout out to Sonic the Ghetto-Hog, because if it weren't for him, I would have never found this news out until a whole bunch of many other videos later, that this was going on, that this video came out. And by the looks of how many dislikes the video got, I can see why people are mad at IGN and Game Scoop for saying this kind of bullshit. Like, it's not even funny. It's pretty much bad. It's like, you wouldn't say this to Call of Duty fans, you wouldn't say this to Mario fans, Zelda fans, say this to any other video game franchise, but you always say this shit about Sonic. And to make it even worse is that that I'll name reviews and show you that either way it goes. If they gave it a bad, gave a Sonic game a bad review, if it was a good Sonic game that got a bad review from IGN, or a good game entirely, or a game that was kind of mixed opinion from most fans, and somehow got a good review from IGN regardless, it kind of makes you wonder why in the hell would they say that the Sonic games were never good in the first place when a lot of these games get good reviews. And like, really, there's a lot of more good reviews than there are bad reviews on the Sonic games. But I'm gonna name all of them for you. Sonic Adventure, 8 out of 6. I can see that. I can actually see that. Now, obviously, the next one is obvious. I can really agree with them on this one. Sonic Adventure 2, 9.4 out of 10. Sonic Heroes, also one of my favorite Sonic games, 8 out of 10. Shadow the Hedgehog, 4.9 out of 10. The game wasn't that good, so I can understand that. Sonic 06, 4.2 out of 10. Sonic Rush, 9 out of 10. Sonic Rush Adventures, 8 out of 10. Sonic Riders, which I definitely cannot agree on them with, 4.2 out of 10, because I actually like Sonic Riders. I never played Zero Gravity, but I probably won't agree on them because the gameplay looks good. 5.8 out of 10. Now this one really triggered me, and I seen the gameplay on the review, and it was cringeworthy. That the person who reviewed this game even had the nerve to say the shit that came out of his mouth about the game. He's bad-mouthing the game, but showing his shitty ass gameplay, which no offense, but he obviously sucks at the game. Like, to be honest, Sonic Unleashed, 4.5 out of 10. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. For real. I know there's people that hate the Werehog, but like most people who like the game, have no problem with the Werehog. At least it's has more combat-oriented gameplay than Shadows and Sonic 06, because you actually got a whole bunch of variety of combos to use along with it. Better platforming, but they saying that the frame rate's terrible, but the only time the frame rate's kind of iffy is on the Werehog sections, and even then it's not really that much of a problem for me. And they said the camera sucked. I had never had any camera issues playing that game, so what? Like, for real. Then we got Sonic Colors, 8.5 out of 10. Sonic Generations, also 8.5 out of 10. The next one I definitely did not agree with them at all on, and I was really mad when they came out with this review when the game came out back when I was in 7th grade. Sonic Lost World, 5.8 out of 10. Sonic Boom, now this one I can agree this game was a piece of shit, but me, in my opinion, I was one of those people that always thought that Sonic 06 was far better than Sonic Boom. But they gave it a 4.3 out of 10. One tenth of a point better than 06. Now I'm going with the handheld games like Sonic Advance, 9.1 out of 10. Sonic Advance 2, 9 out of 10. Sonic Advance 3, 9 out of 10. Those were good games. Now these two are Wii games that I definitely can't agree with them at all on. Sonic and the Secret Rings, 6.9 out of 10. First off, I didn't really think Secret Rings was that good of a game compared to Black Knight. It was a good game at some extent, but it wasn't better than Black Knight. But that didn't stop them, because they gave Sonic and the Black Knight 3.9 out of 10. They gave the game a worse grade than 06 and Sonic Boom. What? I'm sorry, but what? I'm not even joking. That's just bad. And then Sonic Battle, 8 out of 10. But wait, I'm not done yet. I'm going back to Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, because Sonic Adventure 2 was a good game, but apparently according to IGN, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube, which is what I have, it didn't do so well. It got a 6.9 out of 10. So apparently the GameCube port didn't do better, even though a lot of people, including me and a lot of my friends, grew up on that version of the game. So the hell are y'all talking about? They grew up on that version of the game. And then, I get what, Sonic Adventure. apparently the PlayStation, like when it game got ported to the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, boy, they crazy. They really tripping on this, because I had no problem with it. It felt the same way like I played it on the GameCube, on the DX version. They gave Sonic Adventure on the Xbox 360 and PS3 a 3.5 out of 10. As you can see from these, a lot of these reviews are good, some of them are bad, and a lot of them are complete BS, because a lot of Sonic fans don't, including me, really don't agree with a lot of these reviews. Either way it goes, the point still remains that they have no excuse of lying about Sonic not being a good franchise at all throughout the whole 25-year cycle it's been going through, when a lot of these games in the modern series got good reviews, not counting the and I'm not even getting started on the on all the games that were good in the classic generation of Sonic games, like Sonic CD, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, which is my favorite version of Sonic 3. I like Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but 3 and Knuckles is pretty much like the definitive and full version of the game that I enjoy playing. Like Sonic R, I actually think that game's kind of fun. I like the soundtrack of it. 3D Blast is kind of out there, but I only think that my opinion, I believe that the one on the Sega Saturn is probably like the only good version. Like, even though it was on the Genesis, it wasn't as good on the Genesis. It was better on the Saturn. Like, even the Game Gear games are better. The only bad games I really know of in the from classic Sonic perspective is probably Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic Blast, and Sonic Spin Ball on the Game Gear. Sonic Spin Ball on the Genesis was the shiznit. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a good game. Dr. Robotnik's Beam Machine was a good game. But that ain't gonna stop IGN apparently. And I'm about to quote someone in the comment section on one of these videos that were talking about the IGN situation. They said that you can't spell ignorant without IGN, because that's what they are. They're pretty much a bunch of ignorant assholes that pretty much disrespect the fan base. The Mega Man series hasn't been doing that good, but I'm gonna end it here. This is KDW Gaming signing off. Fuck IGN. I'll see y'all later.